Hello everyone, Minute Plus Meditation here. It is Monday, February the 9th. From the first reading, 1 Kings chapter 8. They sacrificed so many sheep and oxen that they could not be counted or numbered. Why? Why was so much blood, sheep and oxen? Well, you have to know a little bit about the background. This would not have happened had they not committed the abomination, the apostasy at Mount Sinai. The Egyptian, gods, one of them was sheep, one of them was oxen. They worshipped these things. The Israelites were worshiping these animals. God had to continually cause them to put these to death. It is so deeply ingrained, this propensity we have to worship the work of our own hands or what's visible. So God had to do this in order to drive idolatry out of their hearts. And even then it was hard. It was hard, and they fell back constantly. So this is why. It's not because God is a blood-lusting God. It's because we are idol-driven, and it needs to be driven out of us. So that's why all this happens, and then God fills the temple with His presence. The Shekinah descends upon the temple. That's what descended upon Mary, and she conceived of the Holy Spirit. In a way, we have the Holy Trinity dwelling in our soul when we're baptized. So we need to ask God every day for the grace to be faithful to this enormous, tremendous, incomprehensible grace. Okay, over to the Gospel, Mark chapter 6. When they got out of the boat, people at once recognized Him and rushed about that whole region and began to bring the sick on mats wherever they heard Jesus was. We should ask ourselves, these people, they didn't know who Jesus was fully, but they know what He could do or what He had done. And they were hoping that He could do great things for them. We've heard all these things. You've read the Gospels, presumably. You hear them. As Catholics, we have 2,000 years of this, hearing and seeing many things, many miracles, at least told to us when saints are canonized. And yet, do we rush to Jesus in prayer? Do we rush to Jesus in our churches when He's actually there in the presence of the Holy Eucharist? Do we run to Jesus and ask Him, to heal our hearts wounded by sin, to heal lust, anger, laziness, sloth, all these horrible things that keep us from being fully human, open to God's grace, and living all the charitable things that we can do with other people? Think about who we have in our midst. Do you run towards Him every single day? All of us need to ask this question. God bless you.